Thank you for listening to Plainfield Varsity Football, powered by AudioSportsOnline.com. This broadcast is brought to you by the Hendricks County Flyer, Rhodes and Kinley LLP, Coffee Co-op Solutions, American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency. Also brought to you by our friends at Wicker Construction, Julia Berberich of Remax Centerstone. Other sponsors include the Niagara Bottling Company, Beacon Sign Company, 3 Pints Brew Pub, Kerry Digital, Jimmy John's, Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and the Coachman Restaurant and Lounge, BMO Harris, and the Payroll Department. And at this time, it is Plainfield JV football here on Audio Sports Online, and we will welcome in our play-by-play announcer for today's game, Stephen McAtee. Stephen.
Oh, thank you, Robbie. It's great to be here. Always glad to have the chance to watch football and talk about it. This is the JV opener for both of these schools. Their respective varsity schools met last night about an hour southeast of here at Columbus North, with your Quakers pulling off an upset road win over a 6A team. The final score in that game was 34-32. The game also gave birth to a couple of rising stars. I think a lot of Quakers fans were wondering what the team's offense was going to be like this season without Austin Blevins, who had a sensational senior season last year. He accounted for 55.7% of the Quakers' offense. But last night, a couple of Quakers running backs who were previously unheralded broke through with over 100 yards rushing each. I'm talking about Jacob Maple and Josh Miller, both of whom were instrumental in pulling off that win. So now we're about to get a look at the future of these programs here in the JV game. And teams are now, the Quakers just took the field here, while the Bulldogs are huddling and now going over to the sidelines for some final instructions. So they just had the coin toss here.
Well, everybody know, of course, you know this, but we'll repeat it. Plainfield, the team in red.
Yes.
Bulldogs are the ones in white.
Yeah, I like Plainfield's home uniforms. They're so easy to read, even under the sun like this. And I'll tell you, the Bulldogs, I like their road jerseys a lot better. Their home jerseys are kind of hard to read with the black jerseys and purple lettering. A little hard to make out the numbers sometimes.
You got a super exciting game last night, Stephen. Hey, Rhodes and Kinley LLP are CPAs and financial advisors in business since 1990. They handle individual and business tax and accounting work, located at 8315 West 10th Street in Indianapolis. You can call 271-1040 to set up an appointment.
Yeah, super exciting indeed. Yes, so now the Bulldogs are about to kick off to start the game. And they're all lined up, single file. The first kick is a mid-level. It's fielded just inside the 30, not a very long kick at all, and no return there. The Quakers will take over at the 25. And so let's see. So quarterbacking now for the Quakers is Colin Nicewander, a 5'10", 155-pound sophomore. He's got I formation, wide receiver to the right, left and the right, which is the formation the varsity team ran a lot last night. Hands off to the tailback. He's up the middle for about 4. And that was Coy Anderson there on the carry. He gets about 4 yards up the middle. They'll bring up about 2nd and 6. 9:30 to go here. They play 10-minute quarters here in JV ball. So now they break huddle. And we've got Clayton White, wide receiver, lined up to the left. And now we've got Nick Brodowski in the backfield. Now we got another handoff there, and this time he's got a first down. He up about 10. He plows through, getting several yards after contact. Once again, Coy Anderson. So Anderson's carried on both of the Quakers' offensive plays so far. 9:06 to go. Still no score here in the first. JV opener for both teams. And now the Quakers break huddle. Once again, we have Nice Wander lining up under center. Now he's got two wide receivers to the right. Fakes a handoff and and it's out of bounds. He throws over the head of the intended receiver, who is Dylan Foster, also a sophomore. It'll bring up 2nd and 10, 8:40 to play here in the first quarter. No score between the Quakers and the Bulldogs. So now the Quakers break huddle again. And they line up now. Once again with an I formation, 2 receivers out to the right. Pitch back now to Anderson. He breaks through for about 5 yards. That'll bring up about 3rd and 5. Yeah, Coy Anderson, only 5'7", 170 pounds low, so he's got some size, sophomore. Quakers known for their great running backs, so it looks like Anderson, potentially shown so far, looks like he'll be playing on the varsity squad in a year or two. So he gets the handoff again, but this time he stopped dead in his tracks. He might have gotten 1 yard. That will bring up a 4th down, nevertheless. So it looks like, and yes, we have the Quaker punting unit coming onto the field now. So some solid running by Coy Anderson, but the Quakers drive stalls at the 45. They moved the ball 20 yards there on their first possession. And now, they're in punt formation here. It's a soft kick, and it's kicked near, and it's fielded for a fair catch there. A short kick, high and short kick at the 32. That was Nick Grady, a 5'10", 160-pound junior who made the fair catch there. So that will only be a 23-yard punt there by the Quakers. So the Bulldogs start their first possession with a decent field position. We got a I formation now. Hand off to the tailback. And he breaks through, and he's got close to the first down, about 8 yards up the middle. And it looks like quarterbacking is Wyatt Barks. He's also a sophomore, 5'10", 155. And he hands back in to the tailback, and he's there on the left side. He's got some running room up to the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. 1 man to beat, 20, 15, 10, 5, no flags, touchdown. So, 6:47 to go. The Bulldogs have scored first. That was I don't have that. Did not catch who that was. Looked to me. Did you see his number?
It's very bright on the far side of the field.
We have a hard time seeing the numbers. Yeah, we took that all the way to the opposite side of the field, but nevertheless, that was about a 60-yard rush. And here is the extra point, and it is blocked. So that's a repeat of what we had last night, in which the Bulldogs, the Quakers scored the first touchdown, but also missed the first conversion on a bad snap. So we go to our first commercial break now with your Quakers trailing the Bulldogs 6-0 on audiosportsonline.com.
Hey, Copyco Office Solutions is a local Xerox dealership. We sell and service copiers and printers, provide a wide variety of technology solutions, providing and supporting all your business and technology needs. Copyco is located at 2920 Fortune Circle West, Suite C. Call 241-5800 or stop by Monday through Friday from 8 to 5.
Well, back here at Plainfield, where the Bulldogs are about to kick off for the second time in this young game, the Bulldogs just had a two-play 68-yard drive culminating with a 61-yard touchdown rush. But the extra point was blocked, making the score 6-0. So now is the kickoff. And this one is a squib. and it is fielded at about the 33 and actually rushed several yards. Back they're still pushing forward with it. He gets about 10 yards up to the 43 or 44. So that was quite an effort there. That was for the Quakers, Luke Miller, 5'10", 200-pound defensive lineman. So, quite an effort there on the return. He gets 10 yards out of it. This is first and 10 at the 43 as the Quakers begin their second offensive possession. So now back to pass. He runs around on the left, and he's got some running room. He's past the 50. Wow, good job throwing his body out there, knocking down the attempted tackler, Nick Grady. So nice run there by the quarterback, Colin Niswander. So they're going to mark him down at the Columbus North 49, giving him credit for a gain of 8 yards there on his Niswander's first rush of the game. So now we've got I formation again, one receiver to the left, one to the right. We got Bailey Kennedy in motion, and now we got another handoff to Anderson, and he plows his way up the middle for just about one. They've been ready for him the last couple of times. So he just looks like he's going to be just shy of the first down. They're going to mark it down, yes, at the about the 48. That will bring up 3rd and 1 with 5:54 to go, and the Quakers trailing 6-0. So now we got lined up to the left. We have Hudson Nichols. He's another sophomore, and Kennedy once again. It was over to the left. So now we got a handoff, and no, he faked a handoff. Niswander faked a handoff, and he's brought down for a loss. The first sack of the game. 5:25 to go. So it looks like the Quakers will be punting again for the second time in as many possessions today. So standing back at the 35, got the it's another short high kick. It bounces around the 32. It takes a nice roll though, back to the 24. So ends up being about a 27-yard punt. It looked like it was going to be a lot less than that. I'll tell you, last night in the varsity game, by the way, it was returned out to about the 30. But last night in the varsity game, there were about 3 really unusually long bounces. There were some punts that looked like they were going to be pretty short and, bounced 15, 20 yards. And it looks like that trend is continuing today in the varsity game. So now Bulldogs take over again. They got to give it to the tailback again. This time he's broke through. He's down to the 45, 40, 50, 45, 40. One man to beat, 30, 25. And he's brought down at the 20. Wow, that's an outstanding run. I'm not sure if that's the guy who had the touchdown or not, but whoever he is, you can bet that he's not going to be playing on the JV team very long if he keeps this up. That will be a 50-yard run. So the just barely over halfway through this first quarter, the Bulldogs now over 100 yards rushing, and now they hand off to the tailback again. This time, he's stopped after just about a yard, and we got a flag here on the play. And the tailback's now slow to get up. Hopefully it's not an injury. And he's still down. He's on his knees. He seems to be a little shaken up. It's going to be holding, by the way, against the Bulldogs. So a little bit of a break there for the Quakers. And now the tailback is helped up. No, he's still not standing, though. I mean, he's now he's slumping down to the ground again. Hopefully this is not a serious injury. And he is being attended to by Bulldogs personnel.
Why don't we take a moment to
And
thank a couple of our sponsors?
good idea.
Avon Dental Centers provided custom-made mouth guards to the football program for the second consecutive year and are celebrating their 20th year in business. They're located at 7517 Beechwood Center Road, Suite 100 in Avon, and can be reached at 272-8100. And we also quickly want to thank American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency, Inc. Stop by and visit American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency, Inc. at 704 North Carr Road in Plainfield. You can reach him at 839-9445. Stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 to discuss your insurance needs.
Well, back here at Plainfield, where the Bulldogs tailback is now limping off the field with help, 4:33 to go, and the Bulldogs leading. And because of this glare of the sun, I am not able to get his number. But now we're getting ready to resume play. First and 20 after that holding penalty. Now the quarterback on the keeper, he's taking it around, and he's got about 5 yards to the left. And we got another flag, though. Last night in the varsity game, it was relatively penalty-free, especially on the part of the Quakers. They actually had only one penalty until the last 2 minutes. Then they got 3, including a couple of personal fouls that helped the Bulldogs score a late touchdown to pull the game within 2. And had a chance to, would have had a very slight chance to win it had their onside kick been successful. But now we got holding 2 plays in a row, so that'll back the ball up another 10 yards. 4:28 to go here in the first quarter now. So they've actually, now the Bulldogs with those 2 penalties, negated almost half of the 50 yards that their tailback gave them. So now we got low snap now, and we got, he goes to the air for the first time, and it is intercepted back at the 25, and he brings it up to about the 34 here. So nice return there. Who was that? That was Clayton White there on the interception. He's doubles at linebacker and wide receiver, so obviously knows a lot about catching balls there. So after it looked like the Bulldogs might take a 2-touchdown lead, all of a sudden the Quakers get the ball, 4:20 to go. They have it at the 34, 1st and 10. So nice wander under center with the I formation. One receiver to the left, one to the right. Pitches back to the tailback, and he's going to throw on a fake, and he's got a man open. Oh, it just threw his hands. So Coy Anderson, he had Dylan Foster wide open, but he just didn't make the grab. Would have been a great play, though, and he would have had a chance to have a really big gain out of it. Nevertheless, Anderson showing quite an arm. He's listed as a running back and linebacker. One thing that I love about high school football, though, is you see a lot of things you rarely see in the NFL, and that's one of them. You see non-quarterbacks pass, quite a bit more. Much more variety of play, without a doubt. So now nice wander under center. And now he gives it to the fullback, who drives his way up for about 4 yards up the middle. That'll bring up about 3rd and 6 at the 38. That was Kevin Tomlinson. Probably not related to Ladanian, but nevertheless a good name if you're a running back. He's a 5'10", 190-pound sophomore. And he looked pretty good on his first rush of the game. That was the first time they've given to the fullback in this game. So now, once again, under center. Nice wander. And he goes back to pass this, but decides to keep it himself, and he runs up for about another 4, but it's going to be short of the first down. So with 3:21 to go, it looks like it's going to be 3 possessions, 3 punts for the Quakers here to start off this game. And so it looks like they are, looks like they're going to go for it. Or maybe they're just trying to draw them off sides. We'll see. 2:53 to go, though. At the 42, 4th and 3. He drops back to pass, and it's incomplete. He threw a low pass up the middle. The intended receiver was Devin Hodges, the intended receiver. It was Logan, and he got a couple hands on it, but just It was a tough catch to make. So the Bulldogs take over on downs, and at that, we'll pause for a commercial break.
Hey, for more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building custom homes, remodeling, insurance repair, and handyman services while exceeding client expectations in delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works solely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. Their services include insurance repairs and restoration, hailstorm and weather-related repairs, remodeling services, and new home construction. For more information, call Wicker Construction at 839-8353.
Well, back here at Plainfield, we just had the snap on, and now we got the quarterback just taking a play that didn't look like much, but he kept on moving further left and kept on getting running room, and he got a first down out of it. The quarterback, again, for the Bulldogs is Wyatt Barks, 5'10", 155, sophomore. A little undersized for a quarterback, but he still has time to grow. And they're going to give him credit all the way up to the 31, so that was a 12-yard run there. Barks showing some good speed there. So now he's back in shotgun with one receiver to the left, two to the right. Takes the ball, looks to pass. He's got a man open, and did he get it? I could not tell from my vantage point. They're saying no. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 at the 31, 2:28 to go. Bulldogs up 6-0 here in the first quarter. They had a 61-yard touchdown run on their first possession. Extra point blocked, and no more scoring since. So the Bulldogs huddle now. I'll tell you, this is the second time I've called a game on this field. The other time was during the day, too, but it was a varsity game. It was last year, the completion of that Decatur Central game that was had a lightning delay early in the first quarter.
Very bright.
Yeah, it is. It's not easy. Not easy to see these numbers, but it's easier to see Plainfield's because of the red and white jerseys. It's a task, though, for the Bulldogs. I think the worst time I ever had reading jerseys was, I'll hold that story, as we're ready to resume play here. With 2:28 to go. So Barks, and he's tries to keep it, but he's sacked. He's brought down for a loss of about 5. So nice defense there by the Quakers. 2:17 to go now. What I was saying is that the hardest time I ever had reading the jerseys was last year at Lebanon. That game played in the rainstorm against Danville. They have black and purple home jerseys, and to make it matters worse, it rained from start to finish of the game, and they have a natural grass field, so it was a mud fest, and I couldn't even see the jerseys a lot of the time. So a lot of the time I just said the ball carrier because I couldn't tell who had the ball. But anyway, so back to action here. 3rd and 14 now at 35. Under shotgun, Barks. Now he's got a man open on the right, but it is overthrown. The intended receiver was Bryce Abels. He's a sophomore, 5'11", 155. So that'll bring up a 4th down. But they're sort of in 4th down territory. So it looks like they are going to go for it at 4th and 14. The ball marked at the 35. 1:43 to go here in the quarter. And so they break huddle now and line up. Barks is going to be in shotgun again. He's got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Only 1 running back. Takes a snap, looks back, goes deep, and nobody's close except for a Plainfield player. That was Hudson Nichols, who nearly made the interception, had both hands in it, but it's probably best that he dropped it because now the Quakers will likely have much better field position. It's unlikely he would have taken the interception back very far. So, last 2 possessions, each team turning the ball over on downs. You know, I've been watching football since 1978. I didn't realize till about 2 years ago that actually counts as a turnover. So you learn something new each day. So, 1:39 to go. The Quakers now back on offense. And they got 2 receivers out to the right. I formation. And nice wander. And he's got a pass up the middle. It's tipped, and it is intercepted. And he's bringing up to the 40, 35, 30, down the left side, 25, almost up to the 20. Interception there by Lenny Coazzo. That was not Nice Wander's fault, however. You know, one of his intended receiver tipped it, and paving the way for the interception. So we saw that last night on the other end where Michael Vogel, the varsity starting quarterback last night, threw 3 interceptions, but one of them was a tip. And, truth be told, probably about half of a quarterback's interceptions are not his faults typically. And that's one flaw of the statistics system, that it doesn't take into account that. But anyway, 1st and 10 now for the Quakers now. An up and down first quarter. The Bulldogs lead 6-0. Taking over at the 20. And we got a flag before the snap here. So it's going to be a false start against the Bulldogs. So that'll make it 1st and 5 for the Quakers with 1:04 to go here in the first quarter. So now we got a keeper there by Barks, and he takes it up about 5 yards or so. I'm waiting to see where. Okay, it looks like they're going to give him out credit for 7 yards up to the 23. 38 seconds to go now and counting here in the first quarter. That's had, a couple of turnovers on downs, a couple interceptions already. It's now low snap, but he got it on the shotgun. Now he throws down the left, and did he make the catch? It's going to be real close. Yeah, they're saying he got in near the goal. I could not tell who made that reception, but it was a nice catch under, tough coverage there. So it looks like that is going to be the last. No, I thought it was going to be the last play, but there is a timeout now by the Bulldogs with 11.1 seconds to go here in the first quarter. So at that, we'll take a commercial break.
Hey, with Julia Burbridge and Bud Green from Remax Centerstone, you can consider it sold. As a team, Julia and Bud have over 20 years of combined commercial and residential sales experience. Our team effort has brought many large-scale commercial projects to Plainfield, and Julia is a continued leader in residential sales across the county. Call Julia today at 317-754-5057 and let her make your next home purchase or selling experience as stress-free as possible.
Well, back here at Plainfield, we're about to resume play with your Quakers in danger of falling down by 2 touchdowns. They trail 6-0 with 11.1 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We just had a dramatic catch near the goal line, so it's 1st and goal at the 2 now for the Bulldogs. Although the Quakers in the varsity game put up a heck of a goal line stand last night, maybe history will repeat itself today. So now we got a handoff, and we got a touchdown now. So there's that 2-touchdown lead I was talking about. I could not tell who took that in. The sun is shining right on us, and these Columbus North jerseys are not exactly day football friendly from the commentator's perspective, at least.
So but bright the goalpost blends into the lighting off the bus.
Oh, it does. It's like camouflage. But it's 12-0 with 6.5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Will they go for the 2 to make up for the missed extra point, or will they just settle for the 1? We will see. Yeah, it looks like they are going for the 2. So we got an I formation, Barks under center. Takes the ball, hands off. He fakes a handoff and throws into the end zone, and he's got the completion. But did he get into the end zone? Yes, he did. That was Sean Dasovich there on the 2-point conversion, making up for that missed extra point. So it is 14-0 now with 6.5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And while we await for the kickoff, let's take a break for a word from our sponsors.
All right, special thanks to Niagara Bottling Company, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information on how they can get to work for you, please call 909-230-5000, extension 5912.
Well, back here at Plainfield, where your Quakers have just gone down 14-0 following 2 touchdowns here in the first quarter, a missed extra point, but a made 2-point conversion there. Pass thrown from Wyatt Barks to Sean Dasovich. And for the third time here in the first quarter, the Bulldogs are set to kick off. And back deep to receive for the Quakers, we have Clayton White and Michael. I'm sorry, who is that? I can't see his number. If Clayton White is one of them, anyway. And kicking off now here's the kick. And it's an onside kick, but they're ready for it. And looks like they recovered. No, they're saying that the Bulldogs recovered. Well, one of the Plainfield guys had a hand on it, but I guess when from my vantage, I couldn't see from my vantage point, but apparently it was stripped out of his hands. So surprise onside kick, proved successful. So the Bulldogs going for the kill, and the clock now goes in motion. That will end the first quarter of play here. So as we head to the second quarter here at Plainfield, your Quakers in the JV game falling behind 14-0 to Columbus North. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors on AudioSportsOnline.com.
Yeah, the Beacon Sign Company specializes in local high school sports and event signage needs. This is their 13th year supporting the Red Pride football program. They're located at 9305 East US Highway 36 in Avon. You can call 272-2388 for all your signage needs, or stop by Monday through Friday from 9 to 6. 10 minutes. The Three Pints Brew Pub is an excellent place for great food. They offer craft drink selections brewed on site. It features a family-friendly atmosphere and would make a great destination for your next dining experience. They're located at 5020 Cambridge Way in Plainfield. For more information about menu and drink selections, call 829-1000. Their hours are Sunday and Monday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Friday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12:30.
Well, back here at Plainfield, we're set to start the second quarter here with your Quakers trailing the visiting Columbus North Bulldogs in the JV game 14-0. And now they have the ball after that successful onside kick, and they just have a now big run up the middle. That's going to be about a 10-yard gain, so it looks like he will get the first down out of it. I couldn't tell who that was, but 9:42 to go now. They're marking him out at the 36, so that'll bring up 2nd and 1. Okay, that was Nick Grady there on the carry there, the tailback. And this time they give it to the fullback, and he doesn't get much, but it looks like he does have the first down. He's up just a little past the 35 there. So 9:12 to go here. Yeah, they're marking it right down at the 35 with 9:07 to go here. And so they break huddle now. Both teams, used an I formation for much of last night in the varsity game. Now they're repeating in the JV game. This time we got a quarterback sneak, actually. And, he's still on his way up. He's getting a lot of help from his blockers, and he got up at least 5 yards. So a nice rush up the middle there by Barks, who is not a big guy. Like I said, 5'10", 155. Not the kind of guy you'd expect to do a lot of, physical play like that. So that'll it's 8:39 to go here now in the second quarter.
Just a reminder for all our Plainfield fans, we'll have our first home game of the year varsity style Friday night here against Danville, and that'll be a video broadcast. So coming up Friday night, Plainfield hosting Danville. Try to move to 2-0.
Now we got a flag there on that play, and we'll see who it's for. But yeah, definitely, I hope you all will make it out here for the varsity debut Friday night against Danville. I covered the Warriors 3 times last season. They are kind of unheralded because Danville's a small town, but they are extremely unconventional and always spectacularly entertaining with their unconventional rushing attack. So now, Barks now, after that penalty backed it up 5 yards, now he hands off, and looks like they're going to give him, probably with forward progress, about 3 yards.
Also want to remind everybody, don't forget Monday evenings, typically when this gets up, we'll have the Brian Woodard Show, our weekly chat with the head coach of the Plainfield Quakers. That's a podcast that we put out each week, so you can typically check in late on Monday, and we'll have that up for you, and hear what the coach has to say about the big win, and look forward to the next game.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be, feeling pretty good having gotten a win over a 6A team on the road. That is, when you're in Class 4A, that does not happen a whole lot. So a big win for the Quakers in their first of the game of the 2-year series against the Bulldogs, as they replace Kokomo on the schedule. So 7:30 to go now, 2nd and 12 at the 33. Barks in shotgun. He throws out to his left. He's got a completion there. He weaves his way up a little past the 25, bringing up 3rd and about 5. That was Mitchell Essex there, also a sophomore there on that reception. 7:10 to go. The Bulldogs trying to take a 3-possession lead. Get a little revenge for the loss last night for the varsity team on their home field. And so now in shotgun now, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And now we got another screen pass. This time it's completed over to Grady, and he's got the first down and a little more, up to about the 18 or 19. He took it over to the right. And 6:30 to go now here in the second quarter of this JV opener. But one thing I want to say about Danville, not only do they rarely pass, but I mean that last year they had 4 or 5 running backs who each could have been the leading rusher from probably the bulk of the teams in the state, and you never knew what they're going to hit you with. And they go for 2-point conversions a lot. They go for onside kicks, indiscriminately at any time during the game, or squibs. And now we got a pass into the over to the right side of the end zone. It was overthrown. They were going for Essex again. And overthrown by several yards, in fact, but he was under double coverage, so that would have been a very difficult catch to make. So 5:59 to go. The Bulldogs have it at the 19. Trying to take a 3-possession lead here in the first half. And so now I formation again, 1 receiver to the left and to the right. Now a handoff, and to the tailback, he takes it up 3 or 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 6 or 7. That time it was, could not tell who had the ball that time. Wish they had this game at night so we could see the Columbus North jerseys better, but you got to take with what they give you. Nearly halfway through this second quarter here. And so now fake handoff there. And now he's going to keep it himself. Barks gets it down inside the 10, close to the 5, and he swings around. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Wow, an unconventional touchdown rush there by Wyatt Barks to make it 20-0 with the conversion pending. He broke at least 2 tackles, maybe 3 on that play. I could not tell once he got over to the far right side of the field, but it looked like they had him down first at the 10, then about the 5, and he dragged his way all the way in, showing a lot of toughness. Like I said, he only weighs 155. So obviously, if you're if you're a Columbus North fan who's disheartened by the loss last night, you got to feel good after some of the promise some of these young guys have shown. No, they're saying he was. I guess they're saying, they're going for the 2, yes, and looks like they've got it. So that's 2 consecutive 2-point conversions there by the Bulldogs. So making the score with 5:08 to go in the second quarter, 22-0 in favor of Columbus North. We'll be back after this on audiosportsonline.com.
Hey, Carey Digital is a full-service, state-of-the-art digital printing service from business cards to banners. They have been a multi-year provider of senior posters at the south end of the field. Their address is 2701 Fortune Circle East in Indianapolis. Open weekdays from 7 to 7. You can call them directly at 227-0220 for more information. And we also want to thank a couple of our other sponsors that have made Plainfield football possible this year. They include Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and Jimmy John's. They're sponsoring today's broadcast as well, so we'll thank all these folks in mass a little bit later on in the program. But thank you to all those folks who have made not only our varsity football broadcast, our Brian Woodard show, but also our JV and freshman games, select ones that we bring you this year possible as well. So thanks to all the folks we've read tonight, and we'll thank them again a little bit later on in the game.
Well, back here at Plainfield, where your Plainfield JV Quakers have fallen down 22-0 to the visiting Columbus North Bulldogs, and they now have another onside kick, and they're going. Oh, who did they get it again? No, they're saying that the Quakers hung onto it last time. That was very close. So that's 2 consecutive onside kicks. You know, that reminds me of Danville. Last year, I covered one Danville game where they went for a couple of consecutive onside kicks in the first half. And they also went for, I think, 25 or 26 two-point conversions last year, including several times when they had the lead. So, yeah, definitely you'll get your money's worth if you come out to that game. And we got a flag now before the play. But, yeah, you should see outstanding rushing by both teams in that game. I mean, the Quakers proved last night that there is life after Austin Blevins for their offense. And you know, last year Blevins took about 2 out of every 3. He touched the ball in about 2 out of every 3 plays. This year he's not going to have to because they have a much more balanced offense this year, and that's going to make them all the more dangerous as they try to improve on last year's 5-5 season, which itself was an improvement on 2-8 in 2011. So it looks like the Quakers are going to be back to their winning ways this season. So Coach Woodard actually had a winning season each of his first 5 years here before the last 2. Including that sensational 11-1 team back in 2006 that got to the undefeated until the sectional championship. So now 4:42 to go, and the Quakers have it 1st and 5 after a penalty there. And now we got a screen pass and out to the left side, and he's going to be up for about 2 or 3. Looks like they'll give him forward progress up to the 48. That was Dylan Foster there on that reception. And 4:14 to go here in the second quarter. Now the Quakers do get the ball first to start off the second quarter, so if they can get a touchdown here, then that would give them a chance to pull within 1 possession there at the start of the second half. But that run doesn't go anywhere. It looks like he's just gotten maybe back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd and about 3. That was Coy Anderson again, by the way. He had some nice runs there in the first quarter. Hasn't been heard a lot from since. 3:40 to go now. Quakers trail 22-0. And we got nice Wander back with some instructions from the sidelines. We got Coy Anderson, the tailback, and Dylan Foster out to the right. Now he has a pass up the middle, and it's completed there. So they got the first down up to, past the 40 to about the 39. A nice reception there by Clayton White under good coverage. So the Quakers showing some signs of life. It looks like there is a flag down back near the line of scrimmage. Not sure. Maybe it's there's some yellow object there, but roughing the passer. Okay, so that's a nice break there for the Quakers, who have not had a whole lot of success moving the ball so far today. Although Maple, who I mentioned, of course Josh Miller, is a senior who's paid his dues, but Jacob Maple, who was the leading rusher last night, he's only a sophomore. Um, so that they're going to be looking for big things from him for the next couple of years. So now 1st and 10 at the 26 in shotgun. Nice Wonder takes it. He drops back to pass, throws up the middle, and it is incomplete. Nearly had it. Yeah, that was. Foster pounded his fist on the field. He knew or he felt he should have had that one. It would have been a tough catch to make. I wouldn't say he should have had it. He did have a chance for it, though. So 3:05 to go here. Here's somebody counting down to 0. I'm not sure what he's counting. Oh, it must be the soccer game. Yeah. Yeah, there is a soccer game going on at the adjacent field against Avon. So now a Nice Wonder takes under shotgun. He scrambles and he's going to be brought down for a loss of about 4 yards. Scrambled around. He wasn't able to get it off to throw it away. Speaking of Avon, after this is the first of a 2-year home-and-home series against the Bulldogs. That's going to be followed by a 2-year series with the Orioles. It's great to see Plainfield and Avon about to start playing in football, especially now that Avon's starting to become something rather special in football. And, of course, they are natural regional rivals here in Hendricks County. So now, Nice Wonder under center with only one running back. Drops back to pass. A short pass there up the middle, and he makes the reception, but he's going to be brought down for almost no gain, maybe 1, maybe 2, depending on where they spot it. Coy Anderson there on the reception. So that'll bring up 4th and long. I assume they will go for it this deep in their territory. It would be a 48-yard field goal. Unlikely to see. You don't see a whole lot of attempts of that distance in high school ball. So they line up. Coy, the only running back. Coy Anderson. Got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Nice Wonder takes a snap, and he's hit. And are they going to call that a fumble? I think they are. And he returns it now to about the 50. Yes, that was a fumble. I didn't think they would count it as a pass, but I wasn't sure. So 2:02 to go. The best drive of the game for the Quakers comes up, unfortunately, with no points. There is a flag. Illegal block in the back.
Yeah, it was legal block in the back on Columbus North after the fumble, so they'll keep the ball.
Okay. And so that's so the Bulldogs will take over with 2:02. They can afford to be very conservative. With a 3-touchdown lead, they have a very good chance to run out the rest of the clock, though both teams do have all 3 timeouts left. Once again, the Bulldogs leading 22-0 here in the with 2:02. The clock's ticking now. It's 1:50 to go now in the second quarter. It's 3 touchdowns, a failed extra point, 2 successful 2-point conversions. So now Barks hands off to the tailback, who will bring forward just about 1. They don't look like they're under any urgency. They have a solid grip on this game, though, like I said, the Quakers will get the ball first to start the second half. 2nd and 9 now, at 31, 1:20 to go. They break the huddle. Bulldogs do. And 1:04 to go now. Barks takes it, hands off to the tailback. He takes it over to the right, and he's going to be brought down for a loss of 2 or 3. Now, there's a timeout. I believe that was Plainfield taking that timeout. There's another penalty. A lot of penalties in this game. This one's going to be holding against the Bulldogs. I figured that it was the Quakers probably taking a timeout to try to have one last chance in the half. But anyway, it definitely you can bet that both of these coaches are going to be addressing the penalty problem here in the next few days until they play again. And so the clock resumes now. The ball's moved back to the 19 after that 10-yard penalty. The Bulldogs in no hurry whatsoever. Now we have a FedEx plane flying just over the stadium now. Hopefully not interfering too much with the audio. So now in shotgun, Barks on a keeper, takes it up to the 20, around the right side, and they're trying to get him out of bounds, but they don't. They stop him just shy of the 25 with 23.1 seconds to go now. So it looks like unless the Quakers use their timeouts, the Bulldogs will be able to run out the rest of the time here in this first half. So, by the way, okay, and now that penalty is going to be declined, by the way. It's another flag now. Yeah, there's so many flags. The statistician's going to be kept very busy, that's for sure. So now that the team's still huddling, and they're just going to let the clock run out. So 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of the first half. So as the team said to the locker rooms, your Plainfield Quakers off to a rough start. They're trailing the visiting Columbus North Bulldogs 22-0. We'll be back with the first half recap after these words from our sponsors here on audiosportsonline.com. Sports tradition. And so at that, I'm going to step away and have a non-alcoholic beverage to wet my throat, so it'll be good and ready for the second half. And then we'll be back here in just a few minutes with second half action on audiosportsonline.com. Once again, your Plainfield Quakers off to a rough start in their JV opener. They trail the Columbus North Bulldogs 22-0. We'll be back. Well, back here at Plainfield, where we're set to kick off the second half here in just a few moments, with your Plainfield Quakers trailing the visiting Columbus North Bulldogs 22-0 in the junior varsity opener for both teams. The Bulldogs dominated the game in the first half, particularly in rushing, and the Quakers did make 2 or 3 pretty good drives, but they just never were able to finish them off. Turned the ball over on downs once. They had an interception, and they just seemed to stall once they get inside, inside Bulldog territory. But they do get the ball first to. Hold on just a second here. No, I'm sorry. They kick off to start the half here. And yeah, that's right. Columbus North did kick off to start the game. So my apologies there. So now we're getting ready for a kickoff here from looks like, yeah, that's Chase Frazier. Threw me off because he's number 99. I'm not used to. I've never seen a kicker. He's listed as a kicker / punter. I've never seen a kicker or punter wear number 99 before. It's usually reserved for defensive guys. But anyway, first kick goes down inside the 15. It's fielded about the 12 and brought up to about the 30. So now the Bulldogs offense will take over with 9:56 to go here in the third quarter, trying to pile onto their lead. Looks like, especially for a team that doesn't do a lot of passing, that's going to run off a lot of time on their possessions more often than not. It's going to be really tough for the Quakers to get back into this. It's not impossible, but they will have to, they have very little margin for error right now. So now Barks now with the I formation, hands off to the fullback who plows his way up. He gets about 5 yards up the middle, maybe 6. And let's see. Now they huddle again. They've tell you the Bulldogs they've huddled a lot and just running off a lot of the play clock almost every time. Which again for a team that doesn't throw much and therefore not a lot of incomplete passes, they're going to be able probably to keep this clock going a long way, especially in JV ball when you only have 10-minute quarters as opposed to 12-minute for the varsity games. So now Barks under center, takes his pass down the right side, and he's got a man open. He's got and he's down to the 31. Nice pass there down the right side. That was once again Mitchell Essex. Interesting that number 16 for for Plainfield is Mitchell Pfister. So both things with the first Mitchell. $8:45 to go now here in the first quarter. There haven't been a lot of big pass plays today, but that was one of them. So the first and 10, they're marking him out the 33. So now handoff to the fullback once again, and he's got another solid gain of at least 4 or 5 yards up the middle. And by the way, that was Colin Hatchett there on that rush. He's also a sophomore. And see, they're not quite as strict with numbers in high school ball as they are in the NFL. The NFL, you're restricted, with what number you wear is restricted to what position you play. So hand off there now, and it looks like it's not going to get much, maybe 1 yard if any. So that'll bring up third and about 5 or 6, 7:39 to go. There used to be an old joke in the NFL that if you're going to throw a punch at somebody, do it someone with a number under 20, which would limit you to kickers and quarterbacks. Although now wide receivers can wear numbers in the teens now, like Larry Fitzgerald. So Third and 5 now at the 27, 7:19 to go here in the third quarter. Columbus North leading 22-0. I formation. Both teams have lined up with the I formation for most of the game. Now handoff to the tailback, and he's up. Looks like no gain. 4th and 5, so they will likely go for it. It would be a 44-yard field goal. We have not seen a field goal attempted all game. We've only seen one extra point attempted, and it was blocked the other two times. The other two times the Bulldogs went for and made the 2-point conversion. Now we've got another game. I guess there's some kind of soccer tournament over there, because now we've got, over on the adjacent field, we got Covenant Christian versus Ben Davis playing soccer. We got a pretty nice crowd for it, too. Good to see on this Saturday morning. So now we got a flag. The play's whistled dead. You know, all my life, you know, I always thought that the Columbus North Bulldogs spelled their name as one word, but I just found out last night when I got to the stadium it's actually 2 words. It's Bulldogs. They're the only team I know that does that. Then I know lots of Bulldog sports teams, you know, at the collegiate and high school levels. So I don't that's a totally unique one as far as I know. So anyway, now the Bulldogs break huddle again with 6:16 to go here in the third quarter. Now they're going to mark it 4th and 9 in shotgun now, and it's a bad snap, and Barks gets it. He's going to try to run with it. He's back near the 40, and he's brought down for a loss of about 8 or 9. So a break there for the Quakers. Still, you know, though, even though they scored no points on the drive, the Bulldogs still ran off nearly 4 minutes to start off the second half. So the Quakers will need to show some urgency. They have 16 minutes and 5 seconds to make up a 3-touchdown deficit here. So now we've got Clayton White lined up to the right. We got another receiver to the left. Got I formation again. Hand off to the tailback. He gets up for just about 2, and we got a late flag. Yeah, coming about the time the tackle was made. 5:47 to go now. And it's a face mask against the Bulldogs. So good break there for the Quakers. I believe that's going to be 15 yards. I know the NFL used to make a distinction until just about 2 or 3 years ago. They made a distinction between whether the face mask was intentional or incidental. Then they got rid of that designation a few years ago, making it an automatic 15 yards no matter what. So it looks like that was a 15-yarder too. So now a screen pass there, and we got a completion, and he gets out of bounds there about the 37 or 38. Nice gain of 6 or 7 yards there. That was Dylan Foster there. So the Quakers showing some signs of life, trying to score their first points here of the season. Of course, their varsity counterparts scored 34 last night. 5 touchdowns, including 1 failed conversion. So now fake handoff, and they got a pass out to the right side. Did he catch it? If he did, it would have been for little. I guess they're saying he caught it, but just for about 1 yard gain. He was in trouble there. Nicewander was in trouble there and just got rid of it, but did make a completion at least and keep from turning it over. We'll see how they mark it. 4:34 to go, 3rd and 5 now. I formation again. 2 receivers out to the left. Nicewander drops back. This pass up the middle and is nearly intercepted. That was a dangerous pass. It was tipped up, and Jake Kelly nearly pulled it off for the for the Bulldogs. So that'll bring up a 4th and 5. So this is on the brink of becoming the story of the Quakers game today, which is move the ball well and just not capitalize on it. Maybe they will this time, though. 4th and 5 at the 38. 4:19 to go in the third quarter. And we got a flag. The play's whistle dead. And let's see. And it's going to be against the Bulldogs here. So I guess that will give the Quakers a first down here. Yes, it will. So good break there when they were down to, they were one play away from turning it over on downs again. They now have 1st and 10 at the 33. So now, nice one. And we've got a plays whistle dead again. He was throwing to White up the middle. And this one is going to be against the Quakers. That'll bring it back to where it was the previous play, so that'll be a 1st and 15 now, with 4:16 to go here in the second quarter. So now, in shotgun, up the middle to White, and it is blocked away. So that'll bring up 2nd and 15 now, 4:13 to go. Bulldogs leading 22-0. And the Quakers now need 3 touchdowns here. Field goal, I assume, would not be a consideration, even if they were in close range at this stage in the game. So now Coy Anderson, the lone running back. And there's a nice wonder in shotgun. He's up the middle to White, and he doesn't hang on to it. So they'll bring up 3rd and 15. So he seems to be throwing to White a lot, but he's well covered. It's a very quick-moving third quarter here. It's been a pretty fast-paced game, and of course, obviously, it's a little fast-paced to begin with, meaning that we got 10-minute instead of 12-minute quarters. But now we've got 3 receivers out. Once again, Coy Anderson, the lone running back. And he's now with the snap, and he goes out. Nice wonder throws out left to Foster, and it's incomplete. It's overthrown. So Nice Wonder has shown some toughness, some mobility, but some overthrowing, a good chunk of his passes. So that's something that I'm sure he'll be working on. 4th and 15 now. Last time it was 4th down, the Quakers over the recipient of a penalty by Columbus North that gave them the first down. Now but now that was 4th and 5, this is 4th and 15. And we got a flag again. God, I think there have been 4 or 5 flags just on this possession alone. And let's see, this one is going to looks like it's going to be offsides against the Quakers. That will make it 4th and 20, which is a tough position to be in when you're not that good a passing team. So 4:03 to go now. Columbus North 22, Plainfield 0. Quakers have gotten the ball into Bulldog territory at least 3 times. Always come up empty. Trying to change that here. So now in shotgun, he goes, and he's nearly made the catch there. He Nice wonder threw deep on the right side to Dylan Foster, who got his right hand on it, but that was it. He was well covered, but, he had a chance at it. So the Quakers turn it over on downs again. The Bulldogs take over with both hands firmly on this game. 3:58 to go, third quarter, 22-0 lead. So now, once again, with the I formation, we've got Wyatt Barks quarterbacking for Columbus North. Takes it back, and then a good stop there by the Quakers. It was given to the tailback. They were right on top of it. They brought him down for a loss of 2 or 3. And now he's coming up limping. That was Colin Hatchett there. Looks like he's and he's limping off the field. He's on his own power, but it looks like it's possibly his right ankle there. Hopefully hopefully it's nothing serious. 2nd and 13 now. 3:23 to go. The clock moving. So same formation, and now fake a hit to the tailback, and he's got a man open up the middle. That's a complete pass now, and he's got it up to the 41 or 42 there. And that was 41. That's Mason Newkirk. And his, I assume, brother Jared Newkirk had a couple of big catches there in the varsity game last night. Jared is a senior, and Mason is a. Now they're both listed as seniors, actually, both at 6'2", although Mason's listed at 205 and Jared at 160. So now a high snap, but Barks pulls it in. He keeps himself, goes to the left side, and he gets up to the 35. So that'll be a gain of about 7, but we do have a flag. Well, I don't keep track of the statistic, but of all the games I've called, this is my second year. I think this already sets the record for most penalties I've ever seen in a game. And it's almost like, especially the second half, it's been just literally about every second play or so. And it's going to be holding against the Bulldogs, so that nice run there by Barks is going to be coming back. They've got it marked now at the 48. 2:29 to go here, third quarter. Columbus North leading 22-0 over Plainfield. So now Barks in shotgun. Takes it, slow snap, but he gets it. He looks to pass now, runs over to the right. Now he's going to keep it himself down to the 45, inside to about the 43. So he gets about a 5-yard net gain, although he did about 20 yards worth of scrambling around there before he got some open field. So nice effort there by Barks. They're going to mark him at the 43, so that'll make it 2nd and 10. Barks showing a lot of mobility there. It's like Michael Vogel, his varsity counterpart, has a lot of mobility as well. He had 8 rushing touchdowns as a sophomore last season, and another one last night to start off the season in the loss. So now under shotgun, he takes the snap. This time he runs it up the middle himself. Doesn't get much, about 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and about 8 with 1:26 to go. So they got it marked down at the 41. That'll be 3rd and 8. 1:25 to go. The clock ticking. Columbus North taking their time in the huddle. Now the play clock just starting now. They break huddle now. So now running a one-back offense. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Barks takes it in shotgun. Looks to throw. Little screen pass off to the right. It's complete. He takes it up to the 35, up to the maybe 33 before he's brought down. 47 seconds now in the quarter. Columbus North, now, let's see. That'll bring, they haven't even reset the play clock. Yeah, so yeah, they will have to run at least one more play, but the differential between the quarter and play clocks is just about a second and a half. So 4th and 8 now. The Bulldogs are going for it at the 34. 4th and 1. And it's a fake handoff to the tailback. And he keeps himself, Barks keeps himself. He takes it up 3 or 4. He's got the first down and a little more, up to about the 29 with 2 seconds left. So the clock will stop just to move the chains. And then I assume that will end up being the last play. Yes, it is. The clock does run down now. So as we head to the fourth quarter here at Plainfield in the JV opener, your score, Columbus North 22, Plainfield 0. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors on AudioSportsOnline.com.
Yeah, I want to thank all the folks that have made today's broadcast possible, including the Hendricks County Flyer, Rhodes and Kinley LLP, Copico Office Solutions, American Family Insurance, Doug Hawk Agency, Inc., Wicker Construction, Julia Burbridge of Remax Centerstone, the Niagara Bottling Company, Beacon Sign Company, Three Pints Brew Pub, Cary Digital, Jimmy John's, Dugan Chevrolet, Dugan Sports Performance, and the Coachman Restaurant and Lounge. And we want to thank all of them for making today's broadcast possible. Certainly could not do it without them. Here on AudioSportsOnline.com. Couple quick reminders as we head towards the fourth quarter. We will have the Brian Woodard Show coming up Monday, podcast here on Audio Sports Online, usually up Monday evenings, our weekly conversation with the coach about last week's game. Take a look ahead to Friday night against Danville. So we invite you to tune in for that. And if you are watching our broadcast live today, we'll have the video podcast of this up as well, so you can come back and check out what hopefully will be a big comeback for the Quakers here in the fourth quarter. But we shall see. We've got just 10 minutes left for Plainfield to make up a 3-touchdown deficit, and Columbus North has the ball in Plainfield territory and driving. So work ahead, but we'll see what happens.
Well, we're set to start the fourth quarter here. The Bulldogs have the ball 1st and 10 at the Plainfield 29. And they've pretty well dominated this game. The Quakers have had their moments on offense. They've gotten down into Bulldog territory at least 3 times, but just never managed to get any points out of it. And now we got another penalty. That was the story of the third quarter, and it looks like it's going to be the story of the fourth as well. And so that's going to be, it looks like, offsides against the Quakers. So give another 5 yards to the Bulldogs. They'll now have it 1st and 5 at the 24. Got Mitchell Essex lined up to the right. Got an I formation. Hand off to the fullback. He plows his way up, and he's got the first down and more up to about the 16. So that'll be a gain of about 7 or 8 for the Bulldogs. Very nice run there. Bulldogs have run the ball very, very well today. Wouldn't be surprised if some of these guys moved up to the varsity level later in this year. I mean, they're showing a lot of promise here. And so they're going to mark it there at the, looks like the 17. 9:12 to go. Same formation. Again, handoff to the fullback, and he plows his way up for about another 3 before he's brought down. That is, by the way, the fullback there is Colin Hatchett, who's a 5'8", 185, also a sophomore. That's the bulk of these players are. 2nd and 7 now at the 14, 8:44. Still same formation. Bulldogs still showing no urgency, taking the time. That's a handoff there to the tailback, and he goes around and he tries to get a little running room. Gets up about 2 or 3. That's about it. So that'll bring up a 3rd down situation. At the 12, they're marking. And 8:11 to go now and counting. Still looks like just about everybody is still here. It's one thing I've always been pleased about, since I've been covering high school football, is most of the fans stay till the bitter end, support the kids, through thick and thin. That's great to see. So now fakes a handoff there, and Barks gets a screen pass completed over to the right side, but doesn't get much out of it, just a gain of about one there. There's a pass to Sean Dasovich, and who also made the 2-point conversion reception earlier in the game. So that'll bring up a 4th down. They're marking just at the 12, so they're saying he got no gain out of it. 7:24 to go now, and looks like the Bulldogs are going to go for it. It would be a 29-yard field goal. I don't know what kind of range their kicker has. And now we got a fake handoff, and he throws up the middle, and it is dropped. It was tipped, and he reached down to get it and didn't quite hang on.
That was some stellar defense there by the Plainfield secondary.
Yeah, it was good coverage there, and looks like the intended receiver. That was Mason Newkirk, the tight end who they were throwing to. Made a nice effort at it, but now the Quakers take over on downs. 88 yards away from the end zone. They've got 7 minutes and 1 second to make up those 3 touchdowns. And so now a handoff to the fullback. Anderson's got it. He's got a first down. Nice run up to the left side. And he gets about 12 yards out of it. So good start to the drive. So Coy Anderson's had some nice moments in this game. Showing some promise. And, of course, he obviously fits right in Coach Woodard's system, which is, very rushing dominated. So now he comes out for a breather, but same formation though, and we got a pitch back now. I couldn't tell who that was, but he gets just about to the line of scrimmage, taking it down to the left side. That was Jaeger Barnett, who I believe, or Jagier Barnett, excuse me, who's seeing his first action of the game. Wow, he's listed I wonder if this is a mistake. He's listed he's a sophomore, listed at 5'120". Yeah, a very small guy. Definitely needs to bulk up if he wants to play at the varsity level. Showing a lot of toughness though. So now quarterback fake and now on the keeper. And he's brought down for a big sack. That's going to be about a 5 or 6 yard, about an 8-yard loss there because it was spotted at the 23. They tackled him down at the 15. So nice wonder. He faked a handoff there to Barnett and did not fake out the Bulldogs at all. So they're going to mark him at 3rd and 17, 5:24 to go now and counting. So the Quakers break huddle now. And one of the players just about lined up 5 yards too far downfield, and we got another flag. Oh, he actually gone 4 or 5 plays without one, so that's which is a long time for the way this game has been going. But now we've got Braden Royer into the game now for Plainfield. He's lined up out to the left. He's another sophomore wide receiver. But we've had at least 20 penalties in this game. 4:58 to go now, a little over halfway through this final quarter. Plainfield down 22-0. Victory now unlikely, but they're certainly, trying to at least finish the game on a positive note, put some points up on the board. So now nice wonder. It's pass. He's got a man open. Nice attempt there. Over to the right side. The receiver jumped up, got both hands on it, just didn't get the grip on it. So that'll bring up 3rd and long now. And I believe that was Royer there who nearly made that catch. No, of course, that's 4th down now, excuse me. So they are going to be punting now. That we have to Chase Frazier now back to punt for the Quakers with 4:38 to go. It's a high lob of a snap, and he punts it up, and it's fair caught at about the 47 there by Grady. .431 to go, so that will be about a 27-yard punt there by Frazier. So the Columbus North will take over. Let's see if they still have their starting unit in there. Yeah, we got Barks still coming out. .421 to play. The Bulldogs taking over an excellent field position, trying to preserve the shutout. Hand off to Grady, takes it over to the left side, up to the 45, now up to about the 40. Looks like he's rushed out of bounds there. .409 now. The clock stopped. They're marking him at the 42, so they're giving Grady credit for a 6-yard gain there, bringing up 2nd and 4. All right, and now under center. Now a handoff there to Grady again. He takes it over to the right side. This time gets a hole, gets up to the 39, and we got another flag with 4:07 to go. Nick Grady is a junior. Seems like most of the key players in this game have been sophomores, but Grady, a 5'10", 160-pound junior there. And so it's going to be against Columbus North. Block to the back, okay. So that'll back it up to the 50. And yeah, the Quakers, they just haven't been able to stop the Bulldog rush today. And when they have driven well, which they have a few times, they just haven't managed to finish it off. It hasn't been a terrible performance by any means. They just haven't made the big plays they needed to. So now, I formation, Barks under center, hands off, and we got another flag. He hands off to Grady, who takes it down to the left side, up to the 45, up to about the 43. But will it be coming back? And yes, it will. Another penalty against the Bulldogs. So, story of the game, penalties and good rushing by the Bulldogs. So that'll repeat 2nd down now. It's going to be backed up. See where they spot it. Looks like they're going to spot it at the Columbus North 45. That will bring up 2nd and 18. The clock starts ticking again. 3:36 to go now. The Bulldogs huddling. And I formation. One receiver out to each side. Hand off to Grady again. Takes it. He finds a hole up to the 50 at 45, up to the 40, down close to the 35 where he's knocked out of bounds. Nice run there by Nick Grady. Gain of about 18 yards and no flags this time, so that one actually won't be coming back. And he gets the 1st down, of course. It's always got to be encouraging when you get when it's 2nd and 18 and you get a 1st down on a rush. 3:10 left now. Columbus North looks like they have a good shot now to get the shutout. And 1st and 10 now at the 37, so that was an 18-yard run by Grady. Now, same formation now. Barks gets it looks like he's going to keep this himself, and he's sacked. So he's brought down there by a couple of Quakers defenders. It looks like that was Braden Royer and Luke Miller who were in there on that sack. 2:50 to go. Nice play for the Quaker defense. Even when a game is out of reach, as this one apparently is, you can still do positive things and build momentum, for your future. And it's good to see the Quakers still making the effort out there. 2:28 to go now. 2nd and 13. Columbus North leading 22-0. Looks like they got a good shot to get the shutout. So now another handoff to Grady. This time he finds goes to the left, finds a little hole, then dashes up about 5 yards, close to the 35. 2:06 now. Of course, there is no 2-minute warning, and I think the 2-minute warning is exclusive to the NFL. I know they don't have it in college. I don't think they have it in Canadian football either. 1:48 now. 3rd and 9. So now, same formation. Barks now. Another handoff to the tailback though this time. And let's see, he's brought down this time for a loss. And that time, let's see who it was. I think that was number 9 actually, which would be Braden Carnes, 5'10", 150-pound sophomore. 1:08 to go now. So ball on the is now spotted on the 40. And we have a timeout timeout Plainfield.
Well, a very abbreviated post-game show. So, in result of that, want to thank all of our sponsors. Want to thank you, Stephen, for coming out and doing the game today.
My pleasure.
Great job.
Thanks.
I want to thank all our Plainfield fans. Don't forget, we got 2 broadcasts coming up next week. Friday night at home here against Danville. That'll be a video broadcast. You can tune in, watch that. And don't forget, we also have the Brian Woodard Show podcast available Monday evening. So 2 chances to check out the Quakers this week.
Indeed, yeah, and hope all of you who aren't able to, tune in who aren't able to get here in person, at least to watch the broadcast of that Danville game. And wish I could be here. I'll be up at McCutcheon covering the McCutcheon-Zionsville game. Looking forward to that as well. And we'll be sure to watch the video broadcast, though, to see how Danville looks this season. And hopefully the Quakers will continue with that momentum they built with that big win on the road last night at Columbus North. And now we're back in action here. 57.3 seconds left, 4th and 14. And looks like they are going to punt here. So it's a high snap, but he gets it, and he gets a solid kick up. It's going to, float down, and it hits out of bounds at about the 6, 48.7 seconds to go.
Yeah, don't forget, we also want to remind everybody that we do have the archive up for the Plainfield broadcast from last night as the Quakers victorious, game 1. Stephen called that game, so...
yeah, it was quite a thriller. Really, the watershed moment came in the midway through the third quarter, a minute and 19 seconds apart. First a 62-yard rushing touchdown, and then a 58-yard receiving touchdown by the previously unheralded Jacob Maple. Now looks like a rising star for the Quakers. Only a sophomore, too. So now a handoff here, and we got a decent gain. I believe that was Anderson again. So looks like Jacob Maple is going to be the big star for the Quakers for the next couple of years and give them a big piece to build around. 28 seconds and counting now. The Quakers not showing a whole lot of urgency here. Still running I formation. So now nice wander. Now he gets a screen pass that is dropped there by Foster there. 13.1 seconds to go now. 3rd and 6. So it looks like the Quakers will have to wait another game to score their first JV points of the season. They did have their opportunities tonight, though. So not all is lost. They still have, positive things in this game to build on. So now, in the snap, we got to pass up the middle, and it's caught there, and that's likely going to be the last play of the game. We got Bailey Kennedy getting about a 15-yard reception there up the middle. That'll bring up a first down. 5 seconds to go. The clock stops to move the chains, and they are hurrying up into position for at least one more play, for one last-ditch effort to get some points today. They get it off, pitch back to Anderson, takes it over to the right side. He's up to the 30, 35, and he stays on his feet up to the 40, 45, 50, 45, and he's finally brought down about the 44, so a nice run there, about 28 yards there on the last play of the game from Coy Anderson, and the longest rush, I believe, of the Quakers today, but that ends the game. So in the JV opener, the Columbus North Bulldogs defeat the Plainfield Quakers 22-0 here on Audio Sports Online. And so I'll turn it over to Robbie now.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks, Stephen. We'll see you Monday night on the Brian Woodard Show and Friday night at home against Danville. And have a great rest of your Saturday. So long, everybody.
See ya.